I think one of my favorite poems right now is The Red Wheelbarrow by William Carlos Williams. So much depends upon a red wheelbarrow, glazed with rainwater beside the white chickens. I think this poem is really important to me because I think it captures the essence of poetry, and not only poetry, but art in general. It is a mundane poem. It doesn't say much. We don't start somewhere and end somewhere else. It's just a snapshot. It's just a moment in time. And it's a moment in time where this red wheelbarrow that apparently so much depends on is sitting. And as long as we are interacting with this poem, as long as we're talking about it, as long as we're thinking about it, the red wheelbarrow sits. And the red wheelbarrow does nothing. The red wheelbarrow that so much depends on. And I think that is why it captures the essence of art, is because it is mundane and yet it carries so much meaning. Art in general, no matter how mundane or how complex, is full of meaning, not because the artist decided for it to have meaning or anything. It's because we as consumers of this art assign meaning to it. And we as people who view and enjoy art, I don't know, I guess I would just say that meaning is so subjective, because everyone lives a different life and everyone interprets art differently, and we assign different experiences to the art we see, and I think it's a two-way street as well. I think while we give meaning to art gives meaning to us, and the more you consume art and the more you look around and the more you take things in, you realize that everything that we experience in life is like the red wheelbarrow. The way someone walks is like the red wheelbarrow. The way the noise cars make as they drive by you, the way a building's geometry looks as we walk under it. I think it's all the red wheelbarrow, because we're always taking in things, we're always experiencing things, and I think that's art in itself. I think the way we experience the world is art, and I think that's why it's so important that we create art, is to take these experiences in our everyday life and express them in a unique way. My art, I guess if you could call it that, is inspired by how nothing is perfect. I think my art kind of embraces imperfection, and it embraces the randomness of just like things that happen in life. Like, you're never gonna walk the exact same footsteps you walked before, and you're never gonna open the door the exact same way you open the door, and you're never gonna drive your car the exact same speed. It's all nothing is ever the same, and everything is ever changing down to the smallest details. And I think my music being randomly generated to an extent kind of mirrors that. I feel like my music, even though it's, sometimes weird and sometimes sounds strange and kind of bounces around unnaturally, I think it mirrors the way that I perceive the world, and I think that is why art is so important, and that's why I think the red wheelbarrow is so important, is because it's a snapshot of a moment in time that someone else perceived, and now it's our turn as people who enjoy art to experience that and to give it our own meaning and relate it to our own lives.